Really cool low-level magic items. Some I think you should just give away like freaking candy.
Bags of holding.
Bag of holding. Give everybody a bag of holding and throw out the encumbrance rule.
There you go. That's how you solve it.
Boom. Problem solved. A movable rod is a really cool magic item. You read it and like, big deal. Boy, you watch somebody who's really good at role-playing combat, like Tim, and they take something like a movable rod and do amazing things with it. I was playing Lost Mines of Phandelver with Tim and a couple of his buddies who had never played before. They asked, would I do it for them? And so I went and got the starter kit. I had a bunch of books out there. I thought, starter kit, this is made just for this, right? And in character creation, Tim's character got a role on the trinkets table as part of his background. And on the trinkets table, he got a drawing, like a piece of a schematic drawing. Wasn't even the whole thing, just a piece of a schematic drawing. That was it on the trinkets table. 99% of us would have done nothing with that. In fact, most of us probably never even wrote it down on our character sheet. But Tim remembered that little trinket of a drawing of some mechanical device. Halfway through the adventure, they go and they are in a rock gnome cavern. And he ends up getting one of the rock gnomes to give them what they need to beat whatever it was in there by giving him the drawing, and the rock gnome was like, oh my God, this is great. This is awesome. I can't wait. And so the rock gnome won it because, they're tinkerers. They love to do all that kind of stuff, right? So he got what he needed, and he made a deal with, he'd give the drawing to the rock gnome, and if the rock gnome was able to build something for it, he built 2.
Right.
And that Tim's character would get one of them. That was the deal.
Yeah.
So after that I was on one of the Discords I'm on where, people throw around ideas, and I'm like, hey dudes, I've backed myself into a corner. Kid got a thing off the trinkets table. It was a drawing. He traded it to a gnome, and the gnome's going to make something. It's probably going to be a magical item. What do I do? And so this guy, he throws out an idea. And we start batting this idea back and forth. Well, he goes off and creates the thing and then sends it to me on Discord. And it was a clockwork dragonfly.
Yeah.
That'd be like a brooch. But you could take it off and then it would fly off and you could like see through its eyes or whatever. And it was really cool. He made a little drawing with it. It was really cool. So next session, Tim's back. Hey, what did the gnome come up with? Here's this clockwork dragonfly. He used the fuck out of that clockwork dragonfly. They'd go up to the ranch house where the ogre or the orcs had taken over. Right? Off would come the clockwork dragonfly, peering in all the windows to see where the orcs were. He used it a lot. At most uncommon on the magic item table, low level as heck, but it became essentially mechanical familiar. And so if I had to say what my favorite low level magic item, it would probably be that one, just because of the origin story for it. But there's a lot of cool low level uncommon magic items that the right player can make very useful.
Yeah, definitely.
Think of any as I droned on?
I did. So one of them was Wands of Magic Missile. I think that's a pretty useful one because it gives like people who aren't spellcasters an opportunity to have this, insta hit kind of thing. And I think it's a really nice. Any wands really, like low level wands, are pretty great. But one that I really like that's kind of new is in Tasha's. They had the magical tattoos, and those things were pretty freaking baller. One, the ones that they had were awesome, but two, like the propensity for homebrew ones, so epic. Of just like being able to get like these almost like arcane focused tattoos on you that give you some kind of buff or some kind of, extra thing. I think that that's really epic, and it may just be because I really like tattoos, and the thought of getting my D&D character tatted up. Didn't Tim, I think it was Tim, went to like the tattoo shop and got like a magical tattoo in one of our campaigns. It could have been somebody else, but
I think it was Tim in Saltmarsh.
in Saltmarsh, he went and got a magical tattoo. And
Tattooing up your character.
Chatting up Strollatone.
yeah. But yeah, I definitely think like low level wands, like wands of magic missile, alchemy jugs.
Cool one.
Alchemy jugs where you can produce a whole fuck ton of mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Yeah.
I have kind of gotten away from the idea that I want to give a whole lot of magic items. I think the bag of holding is good, but in the Wild Mount campaign we're currently doing, I gave all of y'all all kinds of magic stuff.
You did.
And it really did come back to bite me in the ass, because in order to have balanced encounters, the CR of the encounter kind of assumes that the resistances and things like that are going to come into play. And when everybody has a magic weapon, there's no resistances, basically, unless you get like really high level. So you end up having to put in things that in one hit can kill your monk.
Yeah.
That's also your wife, or that turns into a weekend of pain. So
I really don't take it home with me.
Now
I will
just-
bitch and complain a little bit. I'm like, I can't believe you fucking did that.
now I'm just going to give troll items like the Boots of Teleportation that give you 3 AC, and the first time that you are swung at, they teleport, but they don't teleport you with them.
They're just like, nope.
Your
Bye.
boots just noped out of here.
Fuck the shit, I'm out.
But I remember you gave me a staff that turned into a snake. I believe it was like the staff of the serpent or
Very
something.
Moses-esque.
It wasn't very low level, and I think like it could serve the same purpose as the dragonfly brooch if it was, instead of a giant constrictor, just a small snake.
Yep.
Could serve as a familiar on a
Familiar on a stick.
familiar on a stick.
I know there were several like mantles that came out in Tasha's.
I got a good one.
Oh yeah?
Sorry.
No. There was like a mantle for like druids and rangers that came out in Tasha's, I believe. It was pretty cool. Because I think Marisha Ray got like this mantle thing, and there's something in Tasha's about these mantles that you could get that were like arcane focuses, and they were pretty badass. What did you have that was really good?
This is a wondrous item. Common. The Pipe of Remembrance.
I loved that one.
This long, delicate wooden pipe features a bowl made from smooth river stone. When the pipe is lit, smoke exhaled from it does not dissipate, instead lingering around the bearer. After 10 minutes, the smoke forms moving shapes that reenact the bearer's most impressive and heroic achievements for 5 minutes. When this realistic performance is complete, the smoke dissipates. This pipe can't be used this way again until the next dawn. We had such a blast with this thing, right? So you guys would get back from an adventure, you'd be in the tavern, and the folks in the tavern would start asking you questions, and we'd like roll the dice to see which one of you guys had the pipe, and you'd smoke the pipe, and then you had to tell us what the smoke was showing. It became a great way to do recaps. I let one of the characters recap last session and invariably, right, it would, the focus of the scene would have been that character and what they did. But it was really cool and drove the tavern crowd wild every time you guys did that.
Aniko, my character, loved using it because one, she was kind of vain, and two, I think her background was folk hero. So like it would really kind of fit into her thing, and she fucking go to the bar, get shit-faced, had a lot of special encounters with dwarves. Things got weird.
I would love to put that into more games.
It was a great magic item because it just gets so much role-playing. It didn't, it wasn't battle-oriented, but it's an ambiance.
Greatly enhanced your reputation in that town. And then you remember the bard in the tavern started playing a soundtrack
Right, he
along
had like
with
ballads
the
to go with it. It
things,
was
and
very Witcher.
it was cool as
Like it
hell.
was great.
I would put it into other games and use it as the recap tool. Like maybe the party stops for the night. Sitting around a campfire. Like, all right, roll a d6, and it's 3. Penis. The pipe has been passed to you, and then you have to explain what the moving clouds of smoke depicted from that day.
If I remember correctly, there wasn't an instance where my character had the pipe and I became very concerned about what it was going to show.
Right, because it shows the most epic or heroic thing that happened to you that day. And the most epic or heroic thing that happened to you that day was you'd had a threesome with some bar winches, I think.
Right. And so I had become very concerned about it. And I was like, is there a role I can make to influence?
That was all veiled, by the way. We do not play romance
Yeah.
in our game. It was,
You just see
it was fade to black.
Yeah, Aniko heads upstairs with 3 dwarves. Like, that was as far as it goes. But I remember, like, is there a role I can make to influence the outcome of what this shows? That was a great piece. It was like a set piece, and it worked very well. The ambiance of those moments were fantastic.
And that was a strange little magic item that was, I think, first published in Saltmarsh. It was one of the treasures in one of the places, I think the haunted house, because you guys got it really early.
Yeah.
But I love that thing, and I'm sorry that I'd forgotten about it for so many months until we had this conversation, because I want to pull that thing back into every world I ever do.
That shit is epic. If you guys like, if you're looking for a great like storytelling piece, like for recaps, like that is a
pipe of remembrance.
It's great. Also gets your players a chance to kind of explore what their character would have viewed that battle as and how they would have seen it, And it's a really great piece. I love that shit.
I've come to where I would rather have something like an immovable rod or a clockwork dragonfly or a pipe of remembrance than a +1 sword.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started playing, getting the magic sword. +1. Could we ever find a +2? That'd be great. +3s, you never find those, right? But the 1, But the role play potential of some of those low level magic items is pretty cool.